Hi, guys. Good morning. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist that cares. So, today, oh my gosh, you guys, you know what a week from today is? It's Thanksgiving. Wow, how is that possible? And let's not even talk about how many days away Christmas is. The kids actually have a little Santa counter on in the kitchen, and I look at it every day I walk by. I'm like, oh my goodness. So let's not even talk about that ticking down every day. It's pretty crazy. So, how are you juggling the stress of all of this? Right? It's supposed to be, and it's a fun time. Don't get me wrong. I love the Christmas music. And yes, we listen to it in the car constantly. That's all we do. We listen to it at home and it puts you in a good mood, or most people, I think it puts in a good mood. But at the same time, it can add a little bit of stress. I know the satellite radio started playing it on November 1st, and my kids started listening to it on November 1st. November 1st, I wasn't quite ready for it yet because it's just like, oh my gosh, the holidays are here. There is so much to do. And my goal every year is to kind of get ahead of the game and to be able to relax, to sit in the living room or another room in the house and enjoy one of the many trees we put up and just to soak it all in and not be rushing. And that crazy person on Christmas Eve still trying to wrap things because I've been that person before. I tell you, when used to work on Christmas Eve at the pharmacy, all of Walmart closes at 6 o'clock. Okay. They put announcements out like starting at 5:30. The store is going to close in 30 minutes. It's going to close in 15 minutes. There are people running, grabbing wrapping paper and tape and bows and all this. I'm like, are you kidding me? Really? And back then, that was pretty much before the kids came along. I was a little more organized and things weren't quite as hectic, but I get it. I mean, I get why people are in there at the last second as the store is closing and all of us want to go home to our families because they're busy too, right? They didn't plan well. And that is really what I want to talk about is juggling the stress of everything of life, of the holidays, but how important planning and prepping is because procrastination is going to do nothing for you but get extra stress. And if y'all are like, why is her tree already starting to be up? It's not up completely, guys. I got the ladder behind me. It is not decorated enough. You see lots of green, and you can probably see the containers of the ornaments back there. But yes, we've been after this particular tree for probably a week or so because I don't know, it's 12, 15 foot. It's really tall. But it takes a long time to do. It takes a lot to go up and down that ladder. And, during the week, the kids have activities. They have homework. They have all these things going on. I'm busy during the day with activities, so it's hard to do that. But we want to get it knocked out because we want to enjoy it. So that is really the key is to plan, to know what you're going to do, and to not have the stress of trying to cram it all in together. So yes, I know there are people out there that think, oh my gosh, you got to wait till after Thanksgiving to put your tree up. That's fine. If you want to do that, that's great. That's what we used to do too. But now we put up like, I don't know, 9 or 10 trees in the house and we love to like go all out. There's no way I could do that the weekend after Thanksgiving and enjoy it and not be a crazy lady like covered in glitter and hooks hanging all over me, trying to do that in one weekend. So we're planning, prepping, and doing these things early. So you need to do that when it comes to your health and wellness. Let's talk about meal prepping. Now, I know it is tough. Your weekends are probably as packed as mine are. I know there's so much to do, but we have to plan and make the kids a part of it. Do this as a family. Go shopping together. Remember, shop that perimeter of the store. That is key. You want things that aren't going to last long because remember, if they last too long, they have all those preservatives that your body cannot break down. And I will go into a whole nother talk about that another day, about all these different things that you really, really need to avoid. But the key is meal prepping with fresh things. And a lot of these things you can freeze. Look it up online. I mean, we have the amazing internet now that can tell you how to make these things and how to make them last, right? As we're going through a week. But if you already have it ready in the fridge or the freezer that you need to pop out, how much less stress are you going to have in your life? You're going to know what's for dinner. It's not going to be 5 o'clock and you're like, oh my gosh, it's dinner. Kids are hungry. I didn't do a thing. We got practice we got to go to. They have homework they have to do. And I'm going to pop in a frozen pizza. Now, I do that. I'm guilty of that because it's easy, right? It's convenient. I don't know if it's really healthier than running through a drive-through, but we do this sometimes. And does it taste good? Yeah. I mean, I like frozen pizza too, right? But it's not a healthy option. And those are those days that I know I didn't think ahead. I didn't prep because I got so caught up in everything else. So that's why we have to plan our days. We have to plan our weeks. We have to plan our meals. Another thing that you must make time for, and you have to plan it and schedule it, is your workout. Don't just say, I'm going to work out today. No, you need a time. If you have a trainer, great. That's, to me, I need that just for the accountability. My trainer's like, okay, we're going to work out at this time today. Perfect. And we might have to change it a half an hour one way or another. That happens because of life, or I'm caught in traffic somewhere, right? But that does happen. But we have a schedule. We know we're going to do it. If you go to the gym, then have somebody you're going to go to the gym with. Say, I'm going to meet you there at 9 a.m. after I drop off the boys or kids, or I'm going to meet you there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon before I go pick up the kids from school. But make a plan, because you have to have somebody to hold you accountable. It is so easy to get caught up in life and ignore that. But if we keep ignoring those things, what's going to happen? You're right. You're going to come see me at the pharmacy, because you have to stay healthy. You have to stay on top of these things, because you can't keep putting it off. I know I say this all the time, but today has to be day one. You can't say one day I'm going to meal prep. One day I'm going to eat healthy. One day I'm going to work out. No, it has to start today. If you guys saw, I posted last night. So we were talking about all this, healthy eating and fun stuff. And we did tacos. It wasn't Tuesday, it was Wednesday, but I decided I was going to make guacamole. Never made it before, right? I mean, store-bought, it's just not the same. So bought the avocados, cut everything up. Actually, the kids were helping me. They were chopping the tomatoes and chopping the onions and mixing it all up and tasting and see how it was. I'd never done this, but it actually turned out really well. So things aren't hard. That took like a whopping, 10 minutes maybe at the most, because I had 2 little helpers doing it. But that was so fun. And I want to do these things with them all the time, because they can see how healthy living and healthy eating is key to fuel their bodies in the right way. We have to fuel our bodies. We have to fuel our brains with the right food, and our bodies if they're going to work properly. And that is all going to be related back to stress as well. Because if we keep letting stress eat away at us, that's not properly fueling our bodies at all. So yesterday, I decided to try something for the first time. I have an amazing friend, Noelle, and she has this really cool place called the Sound Spa. So if you guys are ever in like the St. Peter's area, you need to check it out. If it's even, 20, 30 minutes away, drive there. I drove 20 minutes to get there. And it was amazing. It was an hour of relaxing, listening to these different sounds, and just a little bit of self-care that I needed. And this is going to be a part of my weekly routine now. I don't know how to tell you. You're just going to have to go check it out. I mean, there's nothing else I can say. You actually are just going to have to go check it out if you want to know how relaxed you can feel, because I felt a little stressed when I went there yesterday. Just lots of things coming together, lots of things looking around the house, thinking things that I need to do, right? But after taking that time and going there, I felt like a new person. I just felt happier, calmer. I think that was really, really important that I took that time. Now today, she is actually a speaker at our number 9 networking group in Cottleville at noon at Barrel's Tap House. So if you happen to be anywhere in the Cottleville area, go to Barrel's Tap House at noon, check out number 9, check out Noelle. You guys will really love it. It is going to be a treat when she speaks today and talks about really the value of self-care, the value of the sound therapy, and what it can actually do for you. So I know you guys, I've thrown a lot at you, and I know that most people are like, yep, she's right. You need to do these things. And I know I'm speaking to myself as much as I'm speaking to you. We all have to do these things. We all have to prep, plan, and get ready, because this holiday season is going to be over in a blink. And it is key that we are ready to enjoy it. We have to soak in those moments, because you can't get those back. And to me, there's just something magical about the holidays, being with your family, maybe eating those foods that you only eat once a year at your aunt's house, your grandma's house, or wherever that they make. And they're so special, and you'll remember those forever, and your kids will remember them. And to see their faces light up on Christmas morning, all those things are so fun. But if you are not fueling yourself properly, you're going to be exhausted come those days, because you will have stayed up all night on Christmas Eve trying to get ready for Christmas morning. And that's not the way we want to be. So take the time, make today day one, start planning for tomorrow. At night, I actually like to make a list of things that I want to do the next day. Now, I can make a very long list. There's a lot of things, but make a priority to find the things that really you've got to do, right? You've got to find that time to work out. You've got to make sure that you have those proper meal plans in place, and then go down the list and know that you can find things you can knock off quickly, because there's nothing better than crossing those things off on the list either. So I would love to help you plan for the holidays, prep for the holidays, find stress relievers. So please reach out to me. I'm going to be putting more information in my Healthy Living with Amy Gill Facebook page. So if you are not a member of that, please reach out to me, jump request to get in that. And I'll be putting lots of different holiday reminders, things that we can do, little tips and tricks to make it easy through this holiday season. You guys have a wonderful rest of the week and get ready for Thanksgiving. My name is Amy Gill, your